times of need, and we can come as a people, even though we are sinful, though we miss the mark, Lord, we can ask you to forgive us. Because you said if you confess our sins, you would have mercy, and if you forsake it, you'll pardon us. So we come this morning recognizing our own human frailty, our own weaknesses. How many times we transgress against your law, transgress against you, Lord. And God, you're still merciful. You're still full of kindness and compassion. And that's why the Bible says the goodness of God leads men to repentance. When we think of how good you are, how sacred you are, how holy you are in all your ways, it should turn our heart towards that level of being more like you in our character, being more like you in our life, in our speech, in our conversation. And Father God, this morning we just want to come before you because you encourage us to come. You said, seek you, they that seek you will find you. And they will find you when they seek after you with their whole heart. And God, you're not far away. Sometimes we think you're in the clouds, you're in distance, but you're just very near, you're just nigh to us. They said, draw nigh to you, and you will draw nigh to us. And this morning, Lord, we are coming to you today for your help. We are coming today asking you for your leading. We are coming today asking you for your guidance. We are coming today asking you for your protection over us as a people, over us as a nation. Help us to be grateful and give thanks with a grateful heart because you have done so many great things for us, Lord. And we just want to trust you in every situation this morning. And we thank you for the pure in heart. You shall see the peacemakers, those who love to make peace. Blessed are those when men shall say all sorts of evil against you for my sake. Blessed are those who would say things and do things sometimes to get us on the other side. But Lord, you call us to be makers of peace. Help us to be peace. Live peaceable with all men. You say as much as possible that lies within you. Live peaceable with all men. So seek the good of all others, you know. Don't put yourself first, but seek what is the good of each other. God, we pray for as a nation, you will continue to unite us. You will continue to help us to work together for the common good of each other, to love. Help us to show love and care for each other. We know we come from different homes, different backgrounds, different. No two persons are alike. So help us be able to accept each other and embrace. I might always like what you would say or what you would do, but help us, Lord, that we'll be able to talk about stuff and be able to point others in the right direction. Lord, we continue to pray for a young population. We continue to pray for that you strengthen them. As we as the older ones would be good examples to them. I think many of them are looking for good role models. They're looking for persons who can emulate them, not push them down. Sometimes we look at the negative, sometimes our children are doing, our youths are doing, and we criticize a lot. But God, we need to come alongside them and say to them, you can make it. It doesn't have to be this way. You can turn the other cheek. It's so difficult sometimes for us to do, even as adults. And God, I pray today in our nation that we would live in peace and harmony. That's my desire, that we live in peace and harmony. God, we most of all, I pray for our nation that we would have the fear of God before our eyes in our lives. So that sometimes we think about doing or saying things, we think about God. I have to give an account. One day we all have to stand before that throne to give an account of the life we live here. And help us to be able to give an good account, that we be able to come with joy, before God's presence and say, Lord, I have done my best. Even sometimes our best is not enough. So God, today I just pray that you continue to strengthen our children, even as they go to school, to higher levels of education, those in the tertiary, secondary, primary, and university. Lord, we pray that you will lead them, you would guide them, lead them on to higher levels of learning. But God, sometimes help them to realize that learning and knowledge without you is empty and futile. So God, I pray in everything that they would remember to call upon you when times of difficulty comes, when times of frustration comes, Lord, they would remember there is a God. I pray, God, for the homes, that we would raise up a prayer, we would raise up an anthem of prayer and thanksgiving in our homes so that our children know that there is a God. We would teach them the word of God. We would lead them. We would direct them. We would give them the discipline and the instruction that is necessary. Even as they go out this morning, you would say to them, I'm counting on you to be a better person. I'm counting on you to do what you have to do, to go to school and learn and to get an education. Most of all, that spiritual walls and many of our persons in our nation will be built up, Lord. I think it's true. It's quickly eroding and decaying among us, the spiritual values and the things that we once held as a people. And God, today I just continue that you'll just, each of every one of us to do our part in this nation to build our lives, safeguard our livelihood, and all that is before us, Lord. Father, have your divine way today. I pray for those who are going through difficult situations, stressful situations, those who are going through bereavement, sickness, unwellness in mind, depression, Lord. We just pray today that you'd reach out and touch them in a special way. Bring healing. Those who are in the theater to this morning, those who are going through childbearing and different situations today, God, those who are sick, they need a touch of you today, Lord. I pray that you'd pass by them and speak comfort into their hearts, into their homes, in their lives. Those in their homes, those in their home that's not able to help themselves. God, I will use others to help them and to lift them up today. Lift their spirit today. That they will say, God, there is a God. There's a God in Grenada. There's a God in this world. And we know He's there. He cares for us. And Father, let your will be done today. Give us a blessed and productive day. Lead us and guide us and protect us. All this we ask in the mighty name of Jesus, who is able to save, who is able to heal, who is able to deliver. Amen and amen.
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 Good morning.
Good morning. And how are you?
Day.
You did?
Yeah. Did I see you in Grenville on Saturday?
Yes, I was in Grenville. Mm-hmm.
Did I see you?
Well, I guess you did. Mm-hmm.
Did I call you?
I don't think. I don't know. I didn't hear anybody
You know
call
you
me.
didn't answer.
You called me?
Because
Maybe I didn't hear, man.
I was driving past. I said, big sister.
Eh?
Not that word. I feel shame. It's a good thing people didn't know who I called you.
Let's see what is. That's the van.
Yeah, I met you just that intersection close to Coop Bank.
Oh.
You were coming that way.
Oh.
I say, what? I told her, don't say nothing more. I leave it just like that. Nobody don't know who I call.
Apologize. I didn't.
They don't know if I talking on the phone. They don't know what.
Sorry. It wasn't intentional. You know I would shout you.
Alright, so everything's good though.
Yeah, for the
Jay! What you say? But I see them in Greenville, they call them, they don't answer. Anyway, sis, take care, alright?
Yeah, you too.
Have a good day. Bye-bye, Terry.
Bye.
Alright, wonderful, good. The Julian family. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful family. Trust me on that one. Then I don't know many things, but that one I do know. Yeah, I don't know many things, but that one I do know. Good morning, Grenada! What's up? Good morning, Caribbean! What's up? Morning to the world. People always say to me, Andre, no shout out Carriacou and PD Martinique. I always say to you guys, whenever I mention Grenada, Carriacou and PD Martinique is right there. You understand? Don't worry. Here's what we're going to do. Alright, we're going to ask Dr. Mitchell to make one more try. Alright, he did it twice, so make one more try. And this time, we will ensure that Carriacou and PD Martinique goes on the passport cover. You understand? Yeah, them people and them 2 times they tell you, no, don't vote that. And now you understand what happening. No, man, I tired of my people in Carriacou saying, no, Andre, you ain't talking. Yes, I talk to you when I say Grenada. You're part of the state. All right, there's a state of Grenada with dependencies, Carriacou, PD Martinique, right? So, yeah. When election thing, say, Dr. Mitchell, before you go, handle this referendum thing for us again, please. What do you think? Good idea? Coffee. You want some? No. I'm looking for a special coffee cup. Yeah. Good morning, Keith Sylvan. Morning, Keith Sylvan. Keith, I see you decorate your place, boy. What? You alone are celebrating St. Patrick's Day? Yeah. Oh, why am I not doing anything? Well, yes, I know. That's one. But 2, I know that they're organizers, and I don't know what the organizers are doing. So I thought that would have been prudent that at least one of the organizers come and say, "Hey, Jerry, doing this. You from St. Patrick's, you got to do this. Come on." This is how we work. Nobody works in isolation. Keith, you know that, right? Nobody works in isolation.
When you're moving, which direction you're going, you gotta be careful.
I have a song that I want to play this morning. My song, yeah, when Jumps is going to call just now. Oh, she probably calling already, right? Let me see. Let me make sure. Yeah. Drums.
Hello, good morning.
What happening?
I'm there.
Are you singing down and out, sir? What happened to you?
I'm not down.
Okay.
I'm up.
You're up?
Yep.
Okay.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the nation. A reading from the Word of God, John chapter 5, verse 4. And he will not come to me, that he might have life. I receive not honor from men, but I know you, that he have not the love of God in you. I come in my Father's name, and he received me not. If any shall come in his own name, he will receive. How he can believe which receive honor one to of another, and seek not the honor that committed from God only. Do not think that I will excuse you to the Father. There is one that sent you, even Moses, in whom he trusts. For he had believed Moses, he would have believed me, for he wrote of me. But if he believe not in writing these things, he shall believe the words of God. This is the end of the scripture reading.
And I thank you so very much for this presentation again for yet another morning. Raining up by you?
No, I'm up here bright.
Up here bright, okay.
Yep.
So you don't need no sunshine. You have enough already.
Okay.
All right. Girlfriend! What boy? She answering quite on she throat according to my grandmother.
She in the bath.
She in the bath? Okay. Yeah, right. Well, she escaped this morning.
But you have a nice...
You too, my darling. Take care.
Bye.
All right, bye. 15 minutes after 7 o'clock in the morning. At 20 minutes after, we link with the folks at the Morris Bishop International Airport Meteorological Office for the latest on the weather. That and so much more coming for you right here on Real 91.9. 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Yes, listen up, continue listening, because we love you, Natasha Fraser. Good morning to you. How you doing? That policeman, Stephen Francis, what's up? Everything good? Nice. Take care of yourself. Cynthia Bartholomew. Girl, how is Baltimore this morning? Is it cold? I can tell you so. Well, I don't know. Is she cold this morning? Chanel, good morning. How you and the family doing? Don't tell me what you call it? Nonpareil cool again, you know. Anne Harvey. Anne probably saying, where's Anne? Anne, are you on mainland Grenada? I don't know. So who else is good? Who else is saying good morning to us on the live? We have Colleen Francois. Colleen Francois. That looks like a new person to us. Not new to Grenada, of course. The Francois is most definitely, a local name. And the Francois is in the UK. Which part of the UK are you? Curleen? Is it Curleen? Yeah. C-E-R. Yeah, not Car. Curleen, good morning to you. Sorry for swallowing your name. Landon Jane, good morning to you. Venetrice, Chrissy Batiste, what's up, girl? Love you tons. All right. Errol Bonaparte, what are you saying? Pleasant morning, sir? Okay. I'm good. Patsy Abraham, how you doing? Hermina Batiste McDonald is watching. Good morning to you, Vanessa Lalji. And good morning to Maria Alex. Maria, what happened? Oh, Chanel says, no, it's not cold. Well, it's never cold down there, Chanel. Are you crazy? How could it be cold down in that part? Oh, and you're in the Grenadines. Okay. All right. Well, continue to enjoy. Hope to see you sometime on beautiful mainland Grenada. Should have been Grenada and the Grenadines. Doesn't that sound better than St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Hey, Vince good with G. It's supposed to be G and G. But anyway, them know what they did back then. I wasn't there in the christening. Um, I wonder if we have what's his name? Jerry Tamer this morning. If we do, this would be a nice song, eh? Done by who? Merchant. Remember that? To all the pan men of the nation, good morning to you. I know. Volume 2, that was a band inside of Grenville. Was that a band or a football team? Anyway. What's the name of the pan in Grenville, pan side? Wendy, good morning.
Oh, what an invention. It should be the pride of our nation. Steel band music, the world know about it, and it's we invented, so why should we disregard it? But what a sin, Lord, it have me grieving. Why is the steel band still suffering? Uncle Spring, it ain't easy, I could tell you. Well, ask Bootsy, ask Bertie, them could tell you.
Yeah, man. Ask Tamer. Ask Andre Grenade. Yeah. Ask them. Ask Jason Skeet. He's supposed to be a pan man too. Oh, what he get involved with politics? So. Hey, I didn't say that. Jason, good morning. Next thing somebody can say, I say bad thing about Jason again as I did tell him before. Come on. I don't say bad things about people. I say reality. I speak the truth.
What Unda spin and oil drum. Look how far the steel band came from. Brother, to make a steel band song like an organ is a great achievement. So I throw it on the pavement. Panyard horrors from landowners. Why should there be any barriers? Uncle Spring, it ain't easy, I could tell you. Well, ask Rodney, ask Bertie, them could tell you.
Pan in danger. I was playing that song for my good partner Jerry Tamer, but I didn't get him this morning. Fimba is there. Good morning, Fimba.
Hey, good morning.
Tell Jerry I played that song for him.
All right. Sure, man.
All right, then. Tell me, what's the weather going to be like, bro?
Okay, well, let's take a look at what's happening right now. So it's a fair morning with some haze. The wind's blowing from the east at 70 miles per hour. That's across the southernmost part of the state, at least. The pressure is above the mean and it's rising at 1014.0 millibars. Present temperature 25.9 degrees. Orange 76%. Maximum temperature here within the last day went up to 30.1 degrees. Minimum temperature last night 25.4. Please note all temperatures are in degrees Celsius. In terms of rain here within the last day, only a trace of rain. Hence for the month so far, total stays at just 2.8 millimeters. But that's only for the airport. Now let's take a look at the forecast followed for the day and the nighttime. The weather expects to be partly cloudy, windy, and hazy, with a low chance of some showers during the morning time. Like now, you get a few brief spells, and then again during the nighttime. Maximum temperature for the day should get up to near 31 degrees. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Now, given the strong winds, the waves could get up to near 9 feet. Hence, the seas could be rough. You could see some rough seas, mostly off the east coast. So if you go into the sea, again, mostly off the east coast, and please take note that you could meet some rough seas out there. There is a warning out for you, so play it safe. Tides are low now, should be high this afternoon, just about 1:45, and then low again during the nighttime, just about 9 o'clock. Sunset, 6:18. Sunrise on Wednesday, 6:15. Just to recap the forecast for the day and the nighttime, the weather expects to be partly cloudy, windy, and hazy, with a low chance of some morning and nighttime showers. And if you're going out at sea, please take note, you could meet waves up to 9 feet. Could meet some rough seas out there. So there's a warning for you. Play it safe on the open sea. That's it for my office. From my friend.
Fimbo, thank you so much, my brother. Take care. Have a wonderful day.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, great. Bye-bye. And Cynthia Bartholomew says, Baltimore today is much warmer than yesterday. Expected to be a semi-summer day. Okay. Today, hoping it continues along that path. Well, for you, my day, I hope it does, Cynthia. Do take care of yourself and have a wonderful day. Joanne Francis, what's up, girl? Nice. Thank you very much for that. Good morning. Good morning to you, too. And I want you to have a wonderful day. Fun and danger. Yeah, but I still sticking with the merchant a little bit this morning. Here's what's going on. Yeah, listen to me. I need your attention. Let me show you that I looking at you too. Right? What the thing there? So I could think. Right, I could think so. So let me tell you something right here, right now. When I was in a far off land and I was a warrior, do you understand? Hunting lion and tiger. Do you understand? But that is Africa, of course. Well, come on, let's stroke up the drums. Somebody calling. Let's see who it is. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Andrew Donald. Good morning. And good morning to Grenada, Carco, P.T. Matnik.
Did you say Mr. Donald, sir?
Yes, Mr. Donald.
No, Mr. Donald, sir.
I said, sir?
You have to say sir after. Mr. Donald,
sir. Yes,
right.
Good morning.
That is how I accept it. If you don't call me that, don't talk to me.
Hey, you must talk to me. You love me too much. You love you out for me.
I see Sheldon hugging you up. I gonna love you.
You jealous?
If I'm jealous?
I the people woman, you know.
No. Sheldon can hugging you up so in public, girl. You're mad. Better you do it in private.
We had a wonderful day. Mr. Donald, I couldn't even move. I stayed there for the whole evening. I just want to say good morning to Miss Smith, Ambassador Smith, good morning. And to the Prime Minister. Mr. Donald, we have some people in this country who have no respect for people in authority, and that's bothering me. There is one young man, every time he see me, last week Friday, I took a bus by the name of Oscar. He run in Brizan. And this young man by the name of Terry Regis, every time he see me, he had to say something negative. And he's a big man. I'm pleading to him this morning. He has to stop that behavior. He's not a young person. He's going down in age. You know what the man telling me on the bus? The man telling me that the Prime Minister, Kit Mitchell, is an expiry Tina Conby. You understand? A big man like him. And about some farm in Victoria and shrimps. I don't know nothing about that. But every time, Mr. Donald, that guy will leave where he's staying and he must pass on the terminal, yes. The people can pass through there. But every time he reaches by me, he stops and he has something negative to say. He must stop that behavior and stop calling the man names. The other time he come and I tape him on my phone. He calling the Prime Minister of Morocco and he's calling his name. You calling the man name and say he's a Morocco, he's an expired in a country. That man must stop that. It's time we have respect for those in authority. You have people that don't like me. You have people that don't like you, Mr. Donald, and others, and don't like the Prime Minister, don't like Mr. David. But you can't be calling people in kind of name. You must stop it. It's not healthy for us. And they're talking about young people. It's not healthy when a young person here, you call him and I expire it in a corn beef. What do you think going to happen? They're going to take after you. We supposed to say good things for the same young people to hear. You understand? I don't understand what's wrong with that guy. I mean, every day you leave, you come in St. George's to do your business, and you have to come and come down in front of me and say all kind of negative things. He must stop them kind of thing. And calling him an extra in a corn beef. I don't know if they don't have, if the police can lock him up. I don't understand why. What that man could use so to hate him, to reach, call him a Morocco, call him an extra in a corn beef. I mean, and when he said anything, he has some big men and man laughing. I mean, he don't like nobody call him mother extra in a corn beef. Or you man he have in the house. He wife, you man, he children. He must stop this thing. It's not nice. It is not nice. I'm appealing to him. He must stop that. Change your attitude, your way of thinking. Stop it. I'm tired and fed up with him now. You understand? But we had a wonderful day, Mr. Donald, on Sunday.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Was very nice, yeah. So I want to appeal to the Grenadian people, all those who don't register it, try and get registered because, as Doc said, you want to ring the bell.
Yeah. Camille, let me ask you a question now. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir. If I could answer, I will answer.
If the mango tree has no mangoes on it, would anybody bother with it?
No.
Okay. Don't
You
talk.
are not on the tree. Are you paying to that?
Exactly.
Leave.
So ask the guy. Just say, look, go ahead, Pelstone.
I don't want him to tell him. I used to answer him once.
Just leave him alone.
And I just get what I'm saying. Every time he see me, every time, so you know it's me trying to get up. Every time you see me, you have to say something about the Prime Minister.
That one not enough. That one not enough. Just he not enough. I got to get a T-shirt for you and put, what's your name?
Terry Regis.
Terry Regis, you're not enough. I'll organize that T-shirt for you. Terry Regis, you're not enough, and you will wear that.
Yes. So Wanda, good morning, and now Mr. Donald, good news. I'm getting the station now. Yes. Since last night.
I'm not even bothering with you, eh?
Well, I'm getting it now.
Yeah.
They might fix whatever they have to fix.
Yeah, well,
and good morning to Fluffy and Ram and everybody on my way down to St. George's this morning.
You're going to
Thank you, and you all have a blessed day.
Are you going to your Friday credit done? How are you running, sir?
Oh, no, I don't put me credit, but I have some credit. Somebody, and Mr. Watt said good morning, he's here, and they might pass to look for you. Yeah.
Who's that?
Right. Mr. Watt. He listens to the radio program every morning in Brooklyn because he lives in New York.
Okay.
And he listens to you, so you're going to pass and look for you if you have time.
He passed by you already? He passed by you?
Eh?
He passed by you?
Yes, he passed and looked for me yesterday. Mr. Watt is one of your number one fan. He listens to your program every day when he's in New York, while he's on vacation here.
Once he passed by you, that is good enough.
Yes.
That is good. Once he passed by
good morning.
Well,
don't worry, you'll get your picture with me and you starring and
no picture with me and you.
You don't see the new dance?
Have a nice day, Camille.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Take care of yourself. Good.
Grenada, have a good day.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Good. Woo! Hit me. Wow. Wowdy.
I dream I was in Africa. And I was a warrior.
Hunting what?
Hunting lion and tiger. Brave like my forefather.
And what happened?
And when the darkness gathered,
What did you do?
we sit around a fire.
Doing what?
Telling of the bravery and courage
Of whom?
of our great ancestors.
And the chant is what? You just see me. If you're not on the live, you can't see me. If you're on the live and you're seeing me, share it. Woo! Steady Liza, good morning. How you doing? Alison Brown. Yes, Maria. Camille voice really young. Tamika Moses, nice to know you're there. Master Carl. The stalwart. that is his new name, the stalwart. Let me see who touching base on the WhatsApp. Oh, good morning to you, Ambassador Smith. Pauline! Now the music got to stop. Pauline? Pauline, I say you're dead, girl. What? Now I must play that tune again from the top. Pauline, you in? Nice to have you back. Woo! Come on. I tell you what, great things continue to happen at Speakstill, Grenada, and what is taking place in our beautiful land. Our time now, 27 minutes before. Good morning, Pat. How you doing? Blessings to you too. 27 minutes before the 8 o'clock hour. Now listen to this. You know that country called Ghana? Yeah, Ghana. One of the African countries, right? Yeah. You know what? Let me do a little research on Ghana and come back to you and tell you something about Ghana too. Woo! Music!
Our great ancestors, and we chanting.
Chanting what? All right, now I get my little research on Ghana. Let me come back and play intelligent and talk to all you now. Now, Ghana, right? Officially, the Republic of Ghana is a country in West Africa, right? It spans the Gulf of Guinea and the Atlantic Ocean to the south, sharing borders with the Ivory Coast in the west, Burkina Faso in the north, and Togo in the east. Ghana covers an area of 238,535 kilometers, approximately 92, that would be about 92,099 square miles. So you can imagine that, eh? Size! Woohoo! We just like 100 and something. Yeah, we barely make the 99 extra that they have besides the 92, you know. Anyway, spanning, now that basically gives an idea of Ghana. They got tropical rainforests, and their population is over 31 million people. It is said that Ghana is the most populous country in West Africa after Nigeria. Now hear what? The flag. You know, we like to think we flag and say, what, but we flag tight. Ting, ting. Design and everything and blend of colors, our flag is the best. But Ghana flag ain't far behind. Because Ghana flag has 3 stripes, horizontal stripes, like the horizon. When I say horizontal, I mean going straight across. Like how the horizon is, you know, look how the ocean they right. So 3 stripes like that. The top is red, the middle one is yellow, and the next one is green, and there's a black star in the middle, right? Now they had a coat of arms and all kind of thing. There's some kind of board and thing. I ain't know what much out there about the coat of arms. But Ghana has children or people all over the world. All right? They have Christian population. They have, which is about 71 to 75% Christian population. They have Muslims, right? Yeah. Ghana happening. Ghana is place. You know that. Good morning again, everybody. They're trying to figure out where he going to this Ghana thing. All right, here's what. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the news, but I can tell you something really nice has happened between Grenada and Ghana. Now, when things happen in the world, right, you have to be able to draw positives from out of it. Yes, it is a, I mean, it's a fact that negative things happen, but when these negative things happen, you try to draw positives out of it. The most negative thing in the world taking place right now, anybody, if you ask anybody, they'll say, oh, Russia invade Ukraine. Yeah, that's the biggest thing negatively that's taking place in the world. Rebby Gunput, good morning, darling. Now, that has happened, meaning the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. And you know, millions of Ukrainians leaving Ukraine. At one point in time, somebody tried to make an issue on the social media in relation to, oh, is there Grenadians in Ukraine studying? And all. Yeah, there's all kind of stupidness. If there were, we'd have moved them a long time ago. We understand that. But tell you what, there are children from Ghana who are studying in Ukraine, different areas of interest. But there have 200 of them or so studying medicine. They have gotten the opportunity, an arrangement with the people at the St. George's University. They have gotten the opportunity to transfer from Ghana, from Ukraine to the St. George's University. So 200 Ghanaian children, our brothers and sisters here from the motherland, they have been given the opportunity, medical students, to transfer from Ukraine to Grenada. Now you probably wonder, but what I ain't nothing. Of course it is a lot. Means more people coming here. It means more students are going to be needing more things. So yes, the GDP will organize itself again. But what is most significant here, and you have to understand, SGU will not move people to Grenada or cause people to be moved to Grenada if SGU did not believe in the stability of Grenada. If Dr. Mr. what, Mordecai? Oh, yeah, Mordecai? I hope it's Mordecai. Or Mordecai. Well, anyway, you know what I'm talking about. That guy, that gentleman. If he did not believe, yeah, I'm going to watch the camera now and talk to all you. If he did not believe that Grenada was a stable country, he will not encourage students from Ghana to come to Grenada. So again, we see it is proven that the Grenadian government has Grenada in a very stable position. Do you understand? In a very stable position. The Grenadian government has Grenada. Stability. And probably Dr. Mitchell need to do so and take this one. Chief, stability is the thing. Maybe that should be a theme for your next elections. Stability. Because if you did not have a stable country, that, yeah, look at it, wait, hold on, let me see if I can find it again on the internet. Yeah. You see? You see there? No, not what they, hold on, man. Only just within black and white thing can show on my screen. A guy tell me that there are some cheap camera, I believe him now. But anyway, it reads Ghanaian medical students in Ukraine transferred to Grenada. Elsa Luzon, first timer, good morning. That is good news. Good for the economy, yes. But better for the government because it continues to show that you, government of Grenada, you have a stable country. If the country wasn't stable, no way that happening. So all my Ghanaian brothers and sisters who come in here, I play this song for all you, right? I hope all you listening. Somebody tell them, Real FM to this. As soon as they land, just say, what, Real FM, tune in. You got it. 7:43. Don't be late for work this morning.
I dream I was in Africa, and I was a warrior, hunting lion and tiger, brave like my forefather. And when the darkness gather, we sit around a fire, telling of the bravery and courage of our great ancestors, and we chanting.
Yeah, that's my song though. Welcome my African brothers and sisters to Grenada. I want to almost bet, you know. I ain't too sure. But it can take a while. That story is going to take a while to appear on the media circles in Grenada. You better believe that. Well, you know, Real FM is always there. And will always do things like that. You understand? But them others, nah, they ain't gonna see them church that. Nah, that go show Keith Mitchell and them good. Nah, so they ain't gonna bother to do that. But that's a big story. You understand? It's a big story. Yeah, man, you feel like that's not a little thing? That's not a little catapult kind of story? And your mother was.
Food and wealth in a quan.
Crazy?
If I could go back to Africa, then
The fact that we,
great hunter,
small country nestled in the Caribbean,
swimming, climbing,
can come
fire,
to the support of Ghanaian brothers and sisters
washing and singing.
and play tune.
You can hear their voices
Yee-hoo!
with the chanting.
Venice, you're dancing, girl. I am so dumbfounded by this statement. Somebody sent a statement saying, I need a Venice so look at see it on live. Are you black? Well, duh. If you're really looking at the live, you should, well, unless something wrong, your eyesight gone. I sung the African. I don't know how Africans sung, but my footprints came from there. Jesus Christ. All the people just Pauline Edgar, good morning. Yeah? Hold on, one to Motoba there. I didn't hear about Motoba. Let me hear again. Tell me.
But then came another warrior. He claimed to be the next ruler. He tested their skills in a battle, and Motoba was
Rebbe, you dancing too. Chanel, you didn't see. They asking me where I'm from. What? You see, I don't like to block people here, but all you just cause all you got me to just block someone this morning. I really enjoy it. I ain't not even bothering. Huh? Think about it, you know. Think about it. And think about it very carefully here. You're in here, Jamaica. You're in here, Barbados. You're in here, Trinidad. No. You're in here, St. Vincent. No. You're in here, Dominica. No. What you hear is Grenada, you know. Hold on, let me go back to the story. The story, right? See that story this morning there when I do some scouting. And I see that story there. The government secured an agreement, not the Canadian government, the government secured an agreement with the Caribbean island state for 200 Ghanaian medical students who had to flee Ukraine to continue and complete their education at the St. George's University of Medicine in Grenada. Dung tools. Dung tools. Say no more. Who you, Mr. Good morning to the folks up in Digo Peace. Mr. McLean, good morning. Say no more. Absolutely nothing more to be said. What else? What else can we say? But congratulations to us as a people in assisting Keith Mitchell and his government in keeping this country safe, stable. So guess what? Let it continue. Let it continue. Let's not make any noise and thing. Just let it continue. You have to understand. Progress is progress. Let progress continue. Grenada, good morning.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent. Perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines. Yet suitable for your hand wash. Soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents: soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
We got the call on our way home that something was wrong. When we got here, we saw that the entire house was engulfed in flames. Just sitting there and looking at you, basically your whole life investment going up in flames. It did take a toll on us as a family. Once we decided to rebuild, the thought came up to use the Housing Authority of Grenada. After they sent in their quotation, which we thought was very, very reasonable, we decided to go with Housing Authority of Grenada. They were very helpful. They visited the site weekly. The staff was very professional. The contractor was very professional. They delivered our house on time. The quality of work was amazing. And as you can see today,
there comes a time in every household when a loved one passes on, and we all need the support and guidance of a trusted friend. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home has been your dedicated friend. And now, for your convenience and added financial ease, we introduce specially designed complete funeral packages from as low as $5,500. Same professional quality services, but now greater choices at the lowest possible prices. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. Conditions apply. Serving you from locations in St. George's, Grenville, and Carriacou. Call us at 440-2302 any time of day. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home, continuing a tradition of excellence.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantimel in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, boats of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. when you're talking. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful. I say we have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear. Greed and jealousy, hatred and envy, man, you have to move with care in that jungle out there. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. How you move when you're moving. Which direction you're going. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
Where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk. Where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
In your search for happiness.
All right, so I've been talking about the Ghanaians who are going to be just around 200 of them. Rebbe, goodbye. About 200 of them going to be coming here because they've been afforded the opportunity to finish their medical education, to become doctors here at SGU. So you see, not Trinidad, not Barbados, not Jamaica, nobody else thinking it. We handle it. We are directly linked to the whole party now. Thing great, that's off. And all the thing, I tell all the stability that causing thing. Anyway, let me forget about that. For now, we deal with I wonder if they go on to insurance and they come. It might be in their best interest to afford themselves some good insurance coverage. Where? Which insurance? No, that's their choice. And who could sell them if they could be sold? Good morning, Robert White. How you doing?
Good morning, Andrew Donald. I am doing well.
Yeah.
I am doing well. Thank God I woke this morning. There are some other persons around the world who, for a myriad of reasons, did not make it. Some persons had their demise escalated by the war in Ukraine. Some persons would have been medically unable to continue this journey, and so they expired. There are a number of reasons. So thankfully, I'm in the land of the living, and for that, I'm grateful. I'm happy to be here this morning. I can see you. We can have a conversation. We still can do what we can do while we're alive. So I am appreciative of that opportunity. And I want to at the same time say good morning to the listeners and the viewers and those who have become fans, because this program has certainly garnered some regular listeners who are fans, and some have been, I was able to piggyback, I should say, on the regular listenership, because some would have been there already and they just continued. But we have created some new interests.
Well, that's good.
New friends. Yes.
I feel happy to understand and to know that there are fans to this particular program.
Yes. I mean, because again, it is as we have set out to do. It is informative, and people get their questions answered 99% of the time. May not always be to their satisfaction / expectation, but at least they get answered. Sometimes it's important to know why this is going as per your expectation. It's important to know why it cannot go as per your expectation.
Well, Landon Jane, who is a regular, but after I say what she says, then I'm going to change the word regular. She says, not fans, family. So London June is not a regular, she's family. So you had to get this thing
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah, get this thing correct.
According to them fellas who used to take a liquor two in the rum shop, him supported.
Yeah. Say, not fans, family.
Yeah. The real FM family.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I want to say, I'm trying to catch him before he catches us. I want to say good morning to Depot.
Oh, I didn't see him surface yet.
Depot, you're missing in action.
Yeah,
Well, I know. Actually, we have missed 2 weeks, and again, I want to apologize.
We didn't miss last week.
No, wonderful.
I don't consider that as miss. We had something different.
Oh yes.
It wasn't miss.
Oh yes.
It wasn't miss. We had something different. It came a little bit later than we wanted it to, but we still had something different last week.
Oh yes.
You know, and that is my first question to you this morning. Now, when we finished the conversation, what they must say in the vehicle? I know I had a comment.
well, let me put it this way. I have been able to fulfill one of the requests, and I've taken it from the outcome back into the what they say. I have been able to fulfill one of the requests. We all had ourselves lunch as per your instructions.
Okay, great.
Right? and the other, I am still yet to do, but I have promised
the wine?
folks. Yes.
Yeah, the wine.
I am promising folks that it will be done. so they understand. But I tell you what the comments were. They were elated, over the moon, right? That they got the opportunity to be part of the conversation. And they couldn't understand for the life of them. This thing felt so... They felt that it was a partner they know for years that they're talking to. And he took everybody's names and how you remember everybody's name, and he went around and had a discussion, and the questions to the man was appropriate. The question/comment to the man was appropriate, though different from the question/interaction with the ladies. I mean, they were over the moon. And then finally somebody said, "But you're doing that every day, man." So
Well, yeah. Doing it every day is definitely one of the things. However, and I'm saying this to youngsters who want to get involved in broadcasting. You don't have to just do it every day. You have to live it every day. I live it, and Robert will tell you, I live it. You know, I will. My pen and notebook sleeps with me. If not, my iPad sleeps with me. So if I get up and something is running through the mind, I know that I will forget, so I scribble it down and go back to sleep, or go get a glass of water, or go to the washroom or whatever. So you have to live it, and probably it comes out in you that you're living it. Because I had to do a Saturday Gone, this program called On the Ends, which is a program that is really and truly designed for young people. And when we got there, one young man was not feeling well, another one had an accident, so none of them could make it. So Hamlet was there, and the producer of the program was also there, and she was like, how are we doing this? And Hamlet said, "Andre's here."
Yeah.
So she's like, he said, "Don't worry, he's here. We'll get it done." And when we were ready to start, I said to the whole crew, I said, "Okay, fine. Hamlet is here and he's controlling the cameras today. So I'm here and I'm in front of the camera. Hamlet is there and he has two guys on camera, but he's the one controlling the camera." That says, "Take a look and understand that old people are walking." I had to needle them. And when they were finished, like, you know, Gates was there, he's like, "Oh, I thought you had lost it." He said, I said, "Nah, you don't lose it. You know, when you have to bring it out, you bring it out.
It comes out.
You know what? Yeah. But The other question I have to ask you, Robert, is that, and it starts our insurance coverage conversation, because you sent me a message this morning, and I want to go back to the message quickly. It says, WAMT.
WAMT?
Well, that's all. WAMT. WAMT. WAMT talk. WAMT to talk.
WAMT to talk.
Isn't that it?
Yeah, WAMT.
So that's what you said, right? About magic/mystery of insurance. So, anyway. And to start the mystery and the magic, is it the proper thing for students who are arriving in Grenada to study? Is it a proper thing for their parents/guardians, sponsors, whatever, to have insurance for them in Grenada?
Of course. Of course. As a matter of fact, we sell a lot of policies to students at pursuing courses at SGU, because it's a necessity. I mean, as a matter of fact, it is one of the conditions of enrollment at the school. Because if they do fall sick in Grenada, they are human beings and they can fall sick. And if they do fall sick in Grenada, it is important that they have some degree of coverage, so that if it's a case of major medical intervention, they have the backup.
So it's mandatory?
It's mandatory.
Oh.
It's mandatory. Yeah. The school ain't taking that chance. Because, especially, look, you have persons from various nationalities. I mean, we're in the Caribbean, we're not as litigious yet, because we might probably get there. But you have other persons who would come here, and if they get sick and there's no medical intervention, or there's a need for medical intervention, and then cash is the issue, and you know, the delivery or the service was left wanting because we have the know-how, well, not the know-how, but the means, then the school might be in for some kind of bashing / suing / reprimanding / bad name / reputational, you know, that sort of thing.
/ do I nobody they no more.
All right, so the school is not taking that chance. They are a serious organization, a very serious organization. So they ask people, hey, as part of your requirements for entry, you need to have insurance policies. So we sell quite a few policies as well to students down there.
Do you do packages, or you just have individual policies down there?
Individual policies.
Policies, okay, fine. So that has shed light on part of what you wanted to speak about.
Yes.
The magic and the mystery.
Yeah, I chose magic mystery because, you know, a lot of people still don't understand insurance. And then we have spoken about some of the benefits in terms of, we spoke about policies, different type of insurance policies, both life, you know, the series on or the range of policies under the life insurance program. We spoke of casualty and property insurance, some of it, not the whole extensive range of it. And these are essentially how policies work, the benefits that they bring. But how are insurance companies able to offer those benefits to market? And that's the mystery. And that's the magic. Because in short, it's nothing short of miraculous. It's nothing short of magical. It is also mysterious because people don't know how it happens. But take, for example, a man buys a life insurance policy, or a man insures his boss. And let me give you two real examples. So a guy goes to St. George's, and I think we mentioned that on the program before, but for the purpose of this particular explanation, it's good to go back there. So a guy goes to St. George's, buys himself a bus at one of the suppliers in town. And of course, this is a business endeavor. So his expectation is that he's going to put that bus on the road and make money. Okay, so far so good. Brand new bus, on the way home, not even on the first trip, on the way home, major accident, bus is written off. he had comprehensive insurance, so he gets paid. Now the question is, how did that happen? The premiums that you pay are but a fraction of the risk that the insurance company is taking. So let's put that in layman terms. Let's say the bus costs $100,000 then. It's a long time ago, so it was not $100,000, but we're using $100,000. They're not going to charge you $20,000. They're not going to charge you $40,000. They're not going to charge you $100,000 to insure it. The premiums are but a fraction of the value. It might be $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, right? So how does an insurance company take $4,000 and commit to you that, hey, your $100,000 property is going to be okay, it's going to be replaced? How are they doing that with $4,000? That's the magic, all right? And I'll come back to how it's done in a while. Let's look at another example, a life insurance situation. I remember, and I was involved in that sale. It was not my sale. I was assisting a young agent as a mentor in those days. And we had this interview with this young man who was looking to get insurance, $100,000, I think it was. And he bought the policy, right? Paid the first premium, $104.71. You hear the figure? $104.71. He paid the premium. Now, in those days, for a $100,000 purchase, you needed to get an HIV test. Now, you know how, well, I don't know if you know, but people who sell insurance will know that men are reluctant to do HIV tests. So, he being man, of course, and he being a young guy, right? Hem and haw. The sale was made early in December of that year. But he eventually did the test about the middle of December. So when the information went up to head office, they approved and issued the policy on the 28th of December. So as of the 28th of December, policy became active. 3 days later, he died in an accident. 3 days later, he died in an accident. Now remember, the premium was $104.71. And out of that $104.71, savings was included. So not everything was really going to even the insurance protection. Some was, because the policy was one that you could have added savings. And I think you might have had about $40 or $50 savings inside that $104.71. And the company paid $200,000. So how...
To his estate.
To his estate. So how were they able to turn $104.71 into $200,000 in 3 days?
Are you asking me the question?
No, it's a rhetorical question.
Okay, I thought you were asking me. I was prepared to offer you an answer.
Yeah, let me hear your answer.
No, you don't want to. Let's not go.
Okay.
Let's not.
So that's the mystery. How are they doing this? Right? And the answer is simple. So we'll go into, and no, it is a magic. Because to that family who received $200,000, that was a magic. Right? Their son was able to secure for them, albeit through his death, but he was able to guarantee, probably not secure, but guarantee that, hey,
there was a change.
My family will be okay, or my family is okay, to the extent of the value of the contribution that he left. Right? So, to the boss, going back to the boss owner, the company was able to secure for him a replacement or repair. I don't remember what they did in that instance. But they could have maybe had the option, depending on the extent of the damage, to replace / or repair. How were they able to take whatever premiums you'd have paid and turn it into a replacement of that or / repair that bus? Again, it's a mystery. And 2, is a magic, because the owner of the vehicle would have been in a position where he back on track. Now, so this morning we're speaking now about the mechanics of insurance, right? I like to use the term mechanics. How does this thing work? The back office kind of operations, the what goes into the process, assumptions, because there are assumptions that goes into it, and the assumptions are based on statistics that are collated from years and years. Now, life has a rhythm. You hear people speak about the rhythm of 3, the rhythm of 7, the rhythm of 5, but life has a rhythm. If one guy once said that if you take a coin and you hold it high enough and you drop it, for a significant period, I think it's up to 100 times, just keep dropping it, you're very likely to end up with 50% of the time it fell, it was on the head, and 50% of the time it fell, it was on tail. I never tried it, but I've heard
I don't have the time. I really do have the time.
It requires you to stand up there and drop that thing 100 times.
I don't have the time.
But interestingly, it might, and I'm sending that challenge to somebody outside there. If they do have the time and the interest, because some people might have the time, but they're interested in that. If you have the time and the interest, try it. Now that is statistics, how it works. The probability that this thing will 50% of the time end up on heads and 50% of the time end up on tail. Probability. Insurance companies operate on the basis of probability. So we take a group let's speak of life insurance. We insure persons who are age 30, right? And let's assume we have because life insurance is sold in block. The probability is taken in a block of persons, a block of 1,000. So you take 1,000 persons, age 30. What is the probability that these persons will live to age 31? How many may die during the year? Some will. How many may become sick during the year? And that probably now will go into the whole issue of health, right? So if we keep it on life, it's how many may die. You have a percentage that will die. And by taking that information, keeping that information over time, similar to doing enough for the dropping of the coin, right? Over time, the insurance company has been able to come up with what we call the mortality tables. And that's a table that has all the probability inside of there and looks at how many persons at age 30, how many at age 29, how many from right to 1 to 100.
Insurance company playing God.
Well, no, they understand the rhythm of life. Because it's important to understand that rhythm, because inside of there is a business.
They're playing God.
Inside of there, I wouldn't say they're playing God. They're smart. Inside of there is a business. Now, so you look at the probability. What is the chance of persons dying of every 1,000? Narrow it to a block of 1,000. And that figure, that probability changes from year 1 or year 0 to 1, 1 to 2, right up to age 100, because life insurance companies assume that everybody will live to age 100. That's a hell of an assumption there, because not everybody make it. So it means that they pay some claims long before, right? But they make that assumption. By making that assumption, they are able to help with premiums and again with the whole question of probability and now determining premiums. But so that's one thing. With respect to property insurance, again it comes down to probability. If you insure a home or your home, now there are multiple risks that are, part of that whole contractual arrangement now. Somebody could come and thief your or break in an attempt to thief. They could damage your house, break open the door, mash down the this, mash up the that. There's a risk. We in the tropics, hurricanes, we're exposed to hurricanes every year. There's a risk. Now, we don't have a major hurricane every year. We don't, in the case of, between Ivan and
Emily.
Not even, well, and that's the interesting thing. Between Janet and Ivan, it took 50-something years. But between Ivan and Emily, it took just a year.
Just a year.
Right? So again, probability. No, but Emily has been, Ivan was 2004, Emily is 2005. We're now into 2022. So in 17 years, there has been no hurricanes. But we had one back to back. Those kind of experiences. Now, again, we cannot tell exactly how things will happen. But we go with the probability. it don't always happen exactly how you plan it. So,
I'm looking at something, and you made us. It don't always happen the way you plan it.
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
Right. I'm looking. One camera. That camera up here have you wearing an orange shirt.
Yeah.
This one up here.
Uh-huh.
This one down here, have you wearing a yellow shirt.
Oh, really?
No, for real. Take a look at it. You see, there's yellow, there's orange. So things don't always happen the way you planned it. As you said that, I looked at my quote.
I just saw me.
Things don't happen the way you plan it at all. Because you're wearing an orange shirt.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, but one camera have you wearing orange, the other one have you wearing a yellow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Things really don't
the
happen.
The cameras are looking at things from different perspectives.
I guess. I had to share that one. Amazing. Let me give the persons the this is the orange, folks. Those of you who listen, this is the orange. Yeah, so back to you.
Right, so there's a question of the risk and the probability of that risk happening. And again, it comes back to taking information over time, and they are able. Now, the companies don't always rely on their own experience, because there is an organization or organizations that do that. They are established, and their job is to collate all this information. So I guess they would through surveys and information from insurance companies themselves, they would get all this information, analyze and collate and come up with reasonable, based on statistics, reasonable chances of probability and so. But beyond that, so that's one part of input in terms of what companies depend on to help them. That's one. But now they need to look at the question of expense as well. And expenses could be local. So you have staff, you have government tax, and I said government tax. All right. For example, government tax is 3% on the value of insurance policies that are sold. Not the premiums now, the coverage. So if a man buys a $100,000 policy, we need to pay the government, and I'm talking life insurance, we need to pay the government 3% of that. That's $300. Even before the policy is actually ready for delivery to the client. As a matter of fact, it will not be able to be delivered to the client if the taxes are not paid, because it's now not a fully legal document if the taxes are not paid. Right? So, but that 3% means that, hey, if a man buys $1 million policy, right, $3,000 that the government has to pay. And let me give you
the government has to collect.
Not the collect, sorry. The company has to pay to the government.
Mm-hmm.
And let me give you another example of that. I sold a client $1 million policy one time. It was a term policy, so it's term is lower cost than other options, because you're just paying for the risk of it doesn't build cash values and all of that. So the premium based on the person's age was $184 a month for that $1 million policy, based on the age of the person at that time. However, at that time, you needed extensive medicals for a policy that size, because the company want to make sure, hey, it's a big risk we're taking, it's $1 million. If a person live for 3 days, like the case I gave earlier on, and death occurs, it's $1 million we have to find. So they would want to make sure that that person is medically average, of average risk.
Yeah.
Right? So there was all kind of extensive medical this and medical that and so, which came up to $600 and something then. Today it will be more, right? Or $600 and something. So that the company had to find $650. It was $650 they had to pay, because they normally make the payment. At that time, no, sorry, it wasn't $1 million. She bought $800,000. So the government.
So we know it's a female.
Yeah, we know that.
You know these things never
so
pass on.
The government, we paid the government 2004.
Mm-hmm.
We paid the medical provider $650 to get.
So that's like $3,000.
$3,050. We only collected $184. and the policy went into force. How does this thing work? The mystery. But it's not, no.
That's more like the Marvel.
Well, the Marvel.
Yeah, that's more like the Marvel because it's not mysterious. It's plain that, hey, this is what happened.
Yep.
But the marvel of it is that the individual only spent $174. $84. That's
right.
the marvel.
Now, so how are companies able to do that? Well, an insurance policy, especially life insurance, is a very costly endeavor to the insurance company upfront. And add to that now that they pay, companies are these days paying agents all your commissions up front. Before there was a thing called modal commissions, where if a person pay $50, you get a percentage of that. Next month they pay $50, you get a percentage of that. Now companies are saying, okay, if we expect to make $2,000 in premiums over the course of the year, the first year of that policy, even if the person is paying monthly, but over the first 12 months, we expect to collect $2,000 in premiums. And if your commission is 10% of that, then the company guarantees you a check for $200 one time. So that's additional upfront cost. How are they able to do it?
What happens if I don't pay after that?
As quickly as they wrote you the check, they do what something called clawback. That comes back. That comes off from your next paycheck because you didn't earn it. But that's a different discussion, right?
Okay.
I want to stick to the mystery. So all this cost and so upfront.
I had another word for that, the model.
We staying with the M team this morning.
Yes.
Magic, mystery, Marvel, model.
Yeah, model. That's a model. But we can deal with the model another time.
Right. So the companies, and they I lose my train of thought.
No, we are speaking to the clawback.
Right. No, I wanted to go beyond that because that is a different discussion all by itself.
Yeah.
Now I was on the whole question of the mystery. How are they able to do this?
Yeah. How they do that?
Right. So they work with the issue of probability now. Mm-hmm. Right. And so we are on the issue of additional expenses and so. So then there's the risk that person, or the probability that person could die in XYZ time, right? Based on the mortality tables or the law of averages, yes? There's the additional expenses that goes into it, like the taxes and, like I just mentioned, agents commission, government tax, operating cost and so. Then there are external costs as well. So now you need to buy reinsurance. And that is a critical part of the whole thing. While everything is critical, but that is even more critical because what is our reinsurance? Well, companies form arrangements, they call treaties. There are companies outside there who they don't go to market and sell persons individually, right? They are in business, they exist so that companies themselves could go to them and say, hey, help me out with that situation here. I mean, I'm putting it in layman terms. I have $100 million worth of risk down in Grenada, right? I'm paying you X amount of dollars. I want you to buy $50 million worth of risk. Doesn't work exactly like that, but I'm putting it in terms that people understand what's happening. So you may go to company A and company say, yeah, I will buy 50 million risk. What they're essentially saying is, if you have claims down there, we're going to help you pay a percentage of it to the value or prorated by the extent of the risk that we bought from you, right? So instead of, we go into the market and insure persons and say to them, if something happens to you, we're going to pay. But the underwriter, the reinsurers say to the companies, if you have X amount of claims, we're going to help you pay. Now, we may go to 4 or 5, or an insurance company may go to 4 or 5, 6, maybe 10 reinsurers, because different reinsurers may take a different percentage of the value of your portfolio. So eventually you may have your portfolio, or you may retain some for yourself, retain some of the risk yourself, right? So say, okay, I am ceding, is what is used. I am ceding 50% of my portfolio to the reinsurers, or 80%, or 90%. So it means that if I cede 90%, if there's any major claims or so, I only have to find 10%. Essentially, that sort of things. You know, the mechanics could work a little different, but you know, that's a principle. Now, that's a principle that the ants understand well. The principle of sharing of the risk. And when I say ants, I talk about ants, biting ants.
Because they each carry their body weight back to the
Right. No. So you're eating in the kitchen, and a grain of rice fall on the floor. And you happen to look down and you see an ant there and he's struggling because he can't go with that grain of rice. But in 5 minutes' time, you see 35 ants come and they pick up that grain of rice and it's turbocharged going down the road.
Yeah, they're gone.
The ants understand the principle of the sharing of the risk. I can't do it alone. But I go and get 30 of my partners.
Yeah, let me call them.
Yeah. And we raise that thing and we go, they'll raise a man. They need about 5,000 of them.
Yeah, whatever.
But they'll raise a man because they understand the principle of sharing of the risk. Many hands make work light, that whole principle. And that is a principle that insurance companies employ when they go through the reinsurers. Because they realize that it makes the burden easier if all of us take a piece of the load. So there's a claim in Grenada, right? Or there's a major catastrophe, like let's say we're looking at property insurance, the Hurricane Ivan, and 90% of the housing stock went down. And before long, you saw people hammering and truck dropping material and so on, people building, and in some cases, some persons expanded. How were they able to do that? How were the insurance companies able to inject, I think, over one company, I think alone did over $35 million injected into the Grenadian economy in terms of insurance claims that were able to be paid, right? And in total, I think some $300 and something million was injected into the Grenadian economy after Hurricane Ivan. How was that able to be done? There was a significant input or inflow of cash from the reinsurers because the Grenadian companies understood well that we cannot, and insurance company, not just Grenadian, had it been in St. Vincent, St. Lucia, the principle would have been the same. They understand, the local companies understand, we cannot absorb all those risks ourselves. If we have a major incident, we cannot. Now, if we have claims happening once ever so often, we might be able to afford and take care of these incidents, right? But if you're talking catastrophic circumstances, we need the insurers. But even in the case of claims happening ever so often, you still have the reinsurers as a major part of the equation. And that's a mystery. That's how it works. Insurance companies they take the whole question of probability. They need to have that. What is the probability of that risk happening? And there must be a chance that it could happen. If you have a situation where this thing is bound to happen, the only time companies take a chance on what's bound to happen is death. And even so, they still do not know when it's going to happen. So that allows them to take a chance there. Because there are persons, and coming back to that example that I gave where in 3 days that policy went from a new policy to a claim. We don't always have that situation. Because if we did, then the company would not be in business. Right? If every person you insure die in 3 days, then put it this way, after a time, people may not even want to see insurance man because once you buy the insurance, 3 days ago, you're dead. But that won't happen, right? Life is different, thankfully. So inside of all that, there is a business. And insurance companies get into this thing because they realize there is a business. You can offer to people en masse, the whole community, or communities as a whole, you can offer them, once they have a need, the security of knowing, hey, listen, here's the risk that you have by virtue of home ownership. Now you buy a home, right? You wanted to do that for a long time. You wanted to provide a security to your family, a place where we know when we lie down in the night, nobody, maybe save and accept the bank if we and pay the mortgage, could come and tell us leave. That is our home. That is where we have, that is where we get sentimentally attached, right? But there are risks associated with home ownership. Now, if there's a hurricane and your house get damaged, your home get damaged, it's your responsibility. Now, if you're renting, you probably just look for another place to rent. Or you go to your landlord and say, how soon you plan to fix this? And that's a landlord's headache.
There's something I want you to listen to as you speak to this. Listen to this. It's very important. Very, very, very key to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Listen.
We got the call on our way home that something was wrong. When we got here, we saw that the entire house was engulfed in flames. Just sitting there and looking at basically your whole life investment going up in flames. It did take a toll on us as a family. Once we decided to rebuild, the thought came up to use the Housing Authority of Grenada. After they sent in their quotation, which we thought was very, very reasonable, we decided to go with Housing Authority of Grenada. They were very helpful. They visited the site weekly. The staff was very professional. The contractor was very professional. They delivered our house on time. The quality of work was amazing. And as you can see,
Okay. Now, what is instructive here, Robert, all of this? No, of course, it's a housing authority ad. So they needed to focus on housing authority.
Yeah, and the delivery of the services.
Right. But in no way could that family have afforded that if they did not have insurance.
You notice how the ad started? We got the call, and when we got there, we saw our whole life accomplishment or investment or savings. Engulfed in flames. Right? Now, I don't care who you are. I don't care what your financial circumstances are.
Unless you're Pablo. I mean, the Escobar guy.
Even Pablo. I hear the point I'm making.
Okay.
Even Pablo comes home and sees house on fire.
True.
It is a devastating thing.
True.
Because I'll tell you something. There are memories in that place.
That the money can't buy.
There are photographs that the money can replace. When your baby was 2 years old, these are sentimental photographs. You might keep a collage from age 2 to age 20. That child is now 21. All right? And all that goes up in flames. You can't reproduce that. It's only now in your head. Right? So, quite frankly, the insurance cannot replace memories and some things that are really sentimental, that it needs to be physical there. But certainly, the insurance policy can allow you to be able to build back so you can continue to have a home. And that's important.
Because what I was trying to make instructive there is that, yes, it's a housing authority ad, so they needed to focus on housing and not necessarily insurance. But that family, it is virtually impossible for that family to
rebuild.
Consider and to rebuild. To consider, yes, but to rebuild in such a short space of time without insurance, I dare say.
Yes.
And they would have had insurance, without having insurance on the first structure.
And I tell you this, and that is why the financial institutions understand well. And they ask you, as a matter of fact, not just ask, they demand that as part of your loan arrangement, you need to have, and of course that's if your property is being financed, that you have insurance. Because they know that it is difficult and maybe even impossible to continue paying a loan for something you don't have. You come home and your house go up in flames, you don't have it again, but you have a loan of 200,000. Let me tell you something. That loan is the hardest thing you will ever find that you need to do in terms of your commitment to that loan, because every month you have to pay that monies, and you can't see what you're paying for. But the lending institution has to get the money back, because while you don't have the asset, but they
Offered
you still
you.
have their money.
Yeah, they offered
They
you
haven't
the money.
gotten back their monies as yet. And that is why insurance is critical inside of it for making things work. Right? I mean, sometimes we don't know. A lot of times we don't have a clue. But we get products from other parts of the world. Food, clothes, material for building, all sorts of things. Medicines are not made in Grenada here. They are shipped sometimes by car, by plane, sometimes by boat. Right? They get to Grenada. How do you think most of those things arrive here? Well, of course, one will say, well, they pack them
Boat,
on a
plane.
ship or they send them on a plane. But inside of the whole mix, there's a question of insurance. Because I have a company in the US, and I put in $300,000 worth of goods, right, on a plane or on a boat to send it to your company in Grenada, Andrew. And we have a good thing going. And we probably would have gotten to the point. Initially, you had to send your entire $300,000 and I send me goods. But over time, we developed a very good thing. We have a 10 or 15-year history of business, and I know I can trust Andrew's cooperation. So I give him a 3 months payment plan or whatever. But I am now taking $300,000 of my asset, my goods, and putting it on a plane or a boat. What if that boat sinks? Andre did not receive that $300,000 worth of goods.
I lost it.
Right?
And I lost it. No, I mean you.
Yes.
You'd have lost it.
Yes. Because Andre is not going to pay for what he didn't receive. Right? No. So there's a risk to me that the boat may never have gone down before, but that doesn't mean it can go down at some point. So goods are insured, and that makes it easy for them to get here because the manufacturer knows that, boy, that risk of that boat going down, that is, and I'm losing my asset, that is passed on to the insurance company.
Another 2 M's. The manufacturer, that's the name.
Yeah.
Takes care of the madness,
Yeah.
which is do not put your goods on that ship if they're not insured. So the manufacturer, through insurance, takes care of that madness. Continuation of the M team.
Recently in the news, there was some ship carrying high-end vehicles, Mustangs. Was it Mustang? No, I think it was Mustang.
Maybe Mercedes.
No, I think Lamborghini and Mercedes. There was some Mercedes.
But there you go.
Yeah,
I'd have an
and there
M.
are some Lamborghinis and other vehicles, right, from the manufacturers to someplace. A shipment of I think 6 or how much thousand. A lot of cars, and that boat caught a fire, and eventually sank. Right now,
as a rich part of the ocean.
So I looked at it and I say, well, okay. So some persons who ordered the vehicle might be disappointed because they might have ordered those to specifications and so on. They had their name written on it and that sort of thing. That could be done again, right? They probably just had to wait a little longer because I am certain that none of them persons would have put that the high-end cars on that ship without insuring it. I am certain that the manufacturer or the agent or whoever would not have allowed those cars on that ship without it being insured. I'm certain that the boat wasn't taking that chance neither, right?
Of being sued.
Of being sued by taking all this cargo. So I said, well, you know what? Yeah, it's another day in the life. The insurance companies would have to find the money. But if they were the salt, they would find the money.
They'd cough it up. They'd have to.
They would find the money. If you're serious, if you're operating a serious insurance company, you will find the money because you understand that you need to properly insure and reinsure yourself to make sure that the extent of the risk that you're taking, you can absorb it. Either through your own personal, depending on the value, your own personal capital resources, or through your external partners, the reinsurance companies and so on. But that's the magic of how the thing works.
So another M again. by some means, they have to make it work.
Yeah.
Another M. By some means, they will have to make it work.
Yeah. And I felt motivated, Andre, to discuss that this morning because that's the mechanics. Again, another M. I think we spoke about that M.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Yeah.
That's the mechanics of how insurance companies are able to offer their services to market. That's how they are able to.
That M is first.
Yeah, they're able to market. They're able to find the monies,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the mystery goes out the door if you understand how these things work. And there's a motivation now, another M, right? To feel comfortable doing business because if your insurance company, your choice of insurance provider is what they sell, they'll be able to mitigate.
But I can give you two M's. Is it because at the moment, at the moment of destruction, the mood of the customer does not change.
No, and although some of the memories will be
erased.
Yeah.
Right, what's an Andre stop this?
Interestingly, I just want to say hello. It just ran through my mind. I want to say hello to my friend at the restaurant in Grande Tang. I stopped there yesterday.
Grande Tang?
Yeah.
Where is that? Right there?
Yeah, right. As you emerge here, the building on the right. If you're coming from Grenville, as you emerge, that building on the right.
Where the fat guy sits?
There's a fat guy sitting
there? Yeah. Next, he drives a Noah, is it? A silver Noah? What's parked there?
I don't know. There's the guy I met there yesterday. Heavy set, yes.
Yeah.
I won't call him fat though.
Yes.
Yeah, but he has a you're driving a pickup yesterday. A new Nissan.
You making money again?
Yeah. And he said he listened to us all the time.
Well, the name just went out the door.
So I wanted to say hello to him this morning.
Yeah, he runs that. He runs a place there.
Yeah. Right.
I've never stopped. I always wave him when I pass.
Yeah, never stop.
And he would leave and come and look for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to come and look for me up in High Street when we were up there.
Yeah.
He used to just pull up and spend a couple of minutes or so.
No,
And I've never stopped. I will stop.
Yeah, you should.
I will make it.
You should.
I'll make it mandatory.
Yeah, man.
to stop next time.
Yeah.
But as we look at this, Robert, there's something I wrote down since last night, and I didn't know what you were coming. I was looking at news, and there's a tagline in this insurance company was advertising, and there's a tagline where they're saying, and trying to encapsulate it, they're saying that that particular insurance company was able to keep their premiums down because the company was owned by stakeholders, meaning insurers, and not shareholders. Do you understand?
Okay. There are, and that's a life insurance company, I imagine.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, there are two types of life insurance, two structures that can be utilized in forming a life insurance company. One can be a mutual company, where they operate similar to, let's say, the credit unions, where every policyholder is de facto
a shareholder,
sort of thing. And that shareholding allows them to or entitles them to dividends and so. But the dividends are not necessarily given as how you will earn your dividends from, let's say, if you have shares in Hubbards or whatever. It's sometimes added to the policies as additional coverage or sometimes even that coverage may have a cash value component to it. But it doesn't necessarily come like just cash in hand that you just put in your pocket.
Yeah.
But add to benefits on your policy, right? And that's how the mutual companies operate. Now, the other type of construct is a stock company. And a stock company is one where they offer shares now to the market. So you can engage with them by being a policyholder. You can engage with the company by being a shareholder. Or you can engage by being both. You can be a policyholder who also has shares. Now, the shares that you get as a shareholder is based on the profitability of the company. Now they're going to share it out. So I guess the claim that company was making, and I assume it is a mutual company.
I didn't pay attention to that. Just I saw it and I just wrote it down. I don't know why I just wrote it down.
They are now shareholders, right? Would look to make sure that they get the best possible shares and all of that, because, companies want to impress, companies want to satisfy their shareholders. So they want to make sure they obligated to give maybe even the best / highest possible returns kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
With your mutual companies, where your people who own policies are actually / policyholders / shareholders kind of thing, you can they're family, so you can probably cut down and maybe give them smaller returns and so on, and that's fine with them, because that is just an additional benefit that comes with ownership of your policy, as opposed to persons who have shares who would have actually purchased shares and spent additional money for the purchase of those shares, and now they are entitled, they have expectation with respect to the kind of returns they would feel comfortable with.
Okay, because I just thought, I just wrote it down and said, you know what, I need to ask Robert that in the morning, to explain, how is that possible? Do we have any, you don't have to name names.
Yeah, we have mutual companies here. As a matter of fact, my company...
Barbados Mutual, that was your company before?
Yeah.
Right.
It's now Surgical.
Yeah.
They have changed from that mutual arrangement to the stock of shareholding company.
And there was Guyana and Trinidad Mutual?
Guyana and Trinidad Mutual, they still operate as a mutual company. You have Demerara Mutual.
Okay.
Right.
So that is what the mutual is all about?
Yes. One of the peculiarities of a mutual company is that they always have mutual in the name.
They have to, I guess.
I suspect maybe for identification or so.
Yeah.
So even in the US, you have Mutual of Omaha, you have so-and-so Mutual, they always have mutual in the name. But a stock company will not now have mutual in its name because it is not a mutual company.
Not a mutual company.
Yeah.
It is real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. To all the viewers online, you've seen Robert in his orange. Here's what he looks like
on the other camera. From a different perspective.
From a different perspective, that's the yellow. So you probably wonder, how can he change shirts so quickly? He didn't. It's just from a different perspective. Andrew now together with Robert White for the morning of insurance, where we try to explain as much as the mystery of insurance is.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we are trying to mitigate against has to do with what used to happen back then. My mother lost money, my bigger brother, and so they lost money. And I'm sure that in almost every parish somebody can point to somebody who lost money back then in insurance because of the unscrupulous behavior of what was supposed to be, I'm not going to use the word agents to describe them. There were people who were involved in insurance and they did dumb things. And that's one of the reasons why Robert comes here as many Tuesdays as he possibly can. And that is to help you to understand how the insurance works, to help you to know that you need to do so and check. Ask Johnny. Johnny checks ever so often, although he spoke of a person who he now has to go into the office, meaning Johnny has to go into the office because he can't depend on the person anymore. Mm-hmm. But that is good because you understand now that you don't need to depend on the person at all. If they're not doing your bidding, then you can go. It's free for you to go into the office and you can say, hey, I'm here to check on my insurance. XYZ is my name. Here's my identification. Here's my insurance policy. And Robert, yes, they will get the service
They will
done
get the service
almost immediately.
I encourage persons all the time. I say, listen, there was a time we collected premiums. So persons would wait for you to come every month, and they are satisfied and comfortable to give you the monies, and you pay it, and you give them a receipt, or not pay, you give them a receipt at the point of collection. That's how that company that I represent, that's how they behave. You give them a receipt at the point of collection, which they sign to. So when I bring down $500 in the office, it must show that I have 2 receipts where I collected $300 from Andre and $200 from Harry. And Andre signed confirming that he gave me $300. Harry also signs confirming that he gave me $200. $200. Right? If I don't have that, the company is not accepting the money.
Go back.
Yeah. You're not accepting the money. Right? And beyond that, you had 2 days to bring in those funds.
From the date
That you collected from Andrea thing. So if you bring it on day 3, the question is why? It matters not if it was cash or check. If the money comes on day 3, the question is why? And in answering your why, you have to give a report, a written report. Now, there are reasons why though the company had chose to implement those kind of policies. One, they wanted to make sure that there's more accountability, because part of the challenges and part of the charges against insurance companies historically were that advisors, as you mentioned, just made foolishness or did foolishness with folks' money is collected, and then here the companies and receive and other side of things. So the company wanted to make sure that, hey, we're not going down that road. We're not giving any chance for the possibility of that kind of occurrence. Well, even now, they have said, you know what? We're not allowing advisors to collect what we call renewal premiums again. Your first payment is the initial premium. Renewal premiums are premiums from the second payment. So you bought your policy, and the first payment you make, the advisor/agent is allowed to collect that, because he or she has to bring in the monies with the application and that sort of thing. But from the second payment, there are other arrangements that are now being offered to the public to pay the premiums, because as of now, that company, I can collect premiums, what we call renewal premiums. You're not supposed to collect from the client has to use one of the other alternative methods to get their premiums into the company. So and all that is a guard against foolishness and
the foolishness that used to take place long ago. And names can be called, but I ain't calling.
No. We refuse.
You can't tell me we. You don't want to contemplate what Andrew wants to do in business?
I had Andrew call him
Robert.
I've been calling him associated with, because you say Robert there, and some people may believe, oh, Robert too.
Well, you wouldn't be here.
No, I'll tell you something. I've spent 31. This is going to be my 32nd year, 1st of October, in the insurance industry. And I am thankful, I am grateful that I have never had anybody complain about premiums. I've never had a company. And I tell you something. I grew up in this business. I got there in my early 20s. And the manager then used to always say to us, Grenada, meaning the Grenada operations, never had a history of pilferage or people interfering with people's agents interfering with people's money. He said, if you know you take people's money, don't come back. Don't even come for you if you have anything in the office. Stay aside and ask somebody to just take it for you. I signed your resignation one time. He's not allowing it. Right?
This is your 32nd year.
32nd year.
This should be my 31st.
In broadcasting.
Yeah. And it is, the anniversary actually is in October also.
What date in October?
I don't know. I don't remember what. I know I started in October because I know that I didn't collect salaries October, November, December. I didn't get paid.
Even then, they were doing that institution was doing that too.
GBM? Yeah, they get paid.
You know that government institution?
Government? GBM?
I know government is you start with government on your first stream anyway.
That
But you know why I asked what date in October? Because I started it on the 1st of October.
I think
1990.
I started after the 1st of October, and it was all due to Miss World.
Miss Austin. Jennifer.
Yeah, Jennifer. Auntie Jenny. she was the one who was she was instrumental in me starting at GBC. It was.
Yeah, GBC.
Yeah, it was GBC on Scott Street.
Yeah, that Broadcasting Corporation.
I told Paul Roberts that I wanted to go on, and he says, "Okay, fine," because I was with him at Spice Capital. He says, "Okay, fine, resign and apply," and I did that. I resigned and I applied, and wasn't getting through, and then Auntie Jenny came. She usually come and she would come in directory because she was very close to folks' direction. She'd stay there, and I was in the room one day and Mom came in the room and she said, "Somebody's here to see you." I'm like, "Oh God, again I'm not." She said, "Auntie Jenny." I said, "Oh, fine, no problem." I was upstairs in a flash. Yeah, and we chatted and she said, "So what are you doing now?" I'm like, "Nothing." She said, "How can you be doing nothing?" I said, "Well, I was at Paul Roberts and then I wanted to go further, so I resigned and applied at GBC. And it's been about 2-3 months now, I haven't gotten a reply." And she says, "So who is the manager there?" And I said, "That would be Lou Smith." She says, "Okay, hold on." She went into the office, picked up the phone, and she called him. And she came back out into the kitchen where I was, and she said to me, "You have an appointment for 10 o'clock tomorrow."
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was it. She said, "You have an appointment for 10 o'clock tomorrow." So I went to the appointment and got there. And the first question is, "Where did you know Jennifer?" That was the first question I was asked by Lou Smith. "Where do you know Jennifer?" And I'm like, "Auntie Jenny, I know Auntie Jenny long." And he says, "Auntie Jenny, she's your aunt." I says, "Well, I call her Auntie Jenny because, this is how I know her." He says, "Okay, start work tomorrow." That was it.
That's the longest interview I had.
Yeah, start work tomorrow. And I started it. And my first kind of hand holder in there was Eugenie.
Yeah, Eugenie. Good soul.
Yeah, but by that time, Sherma would have battle tested me already over in Spice Capital. And Eugenie was then. That was it. The rest is history. Here am I today. Auntie Jenny. It seems like the Jennies have a thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jenny, Auntie Jenny. Yeah, but it's the fastest interview I ever got in my life. And it is the shortest. The question, "How do you know Jennifer?" I'm like, "Auntie Jenny." That was it. And like, Auntie Jenny, "Yeah, blah, blah, blah." She says, "Okay, start tomorrow." Thanks to her. So Miss World gave a lot of worldly gifts to get.
Yeah.
Miss World did that. Hey Bobby, thanks for stopping by again this morning, man.
You're welcome, man.
All right, next we promise next Tuesday we will include Ryan and Stan, and we'll see if we get, we must see if we get another person just to have a chat with.
I have toyed with the idea of as a matter of fact, I spoke with one or two persons actually. One who I really wanted. The concern was the timing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we can reach out to somebody else who's not even in Grenada.
Yeah.
We can do the thing.
What I wanted every so often is to get a perspective from somebody who in a specific role at a specific company kind of thing, and we could have. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Take care, yourself, man. Have a good day.
You too.
All right, bye.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest news update produced by Triple N. Details when we get back.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&N Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices. Or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&N Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Welcome back. Locally, lights were officially turned on over the weekend at the Lasaches playing field. In the region, in Trinidad and Tobago, the Ministry of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs seeks more information on freedom fighter. We get more in this report.
And the Ministry of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs is seeking additional information about a potential freedom fighter, a Trinidadian national who intends to visit Ukraine and fight alongside its countrymen for freedom against Russian President Vladimir Putin's army. In an article published in The Guardian on Sunday, United National Congress activist and business development consultant Brian Stone said the decision to fight for the Ukrainians came from his heart. At a conference on Monday, Line Minister Dr. Amory Brown admitted he found the report disturbing as the act could put the country and its national reputation in jeopardy.
But all I can do is sound a note of caution for the good sense, the welfare, and the physical well-being of all our nationals, and encourage persons not to take bad example from those who might wish to be reckless, who might wish to be on some sort of populist agenda.
Around the globe, Peru's Congress has approved the start of impeachment proceedings against left-wing President Pedro Castillo over allegations of corruption. The opposition-led Congress voted 76-41 on Monday to begin the political trial. Marina Sanchez has more.
Peru's political opposition is making another attempt to oust President Pedro Castillo. He's been in office less than 8 months, but opponents are trying again to impeach him. Despite a failed motion in December, they're now feeling confident.
76 votes is more than we expected. A good sign, a good start of the will of legislators.
But it may not be easy.
To remove Castillo from office, the political opposition needs 87 votes. And for that, they need members of Castillo's own political party to turn against him. And for now, that seems unlikely.
However, many Peruvians are discontent. 63% of the country disapproves of his government, overshadowed by allegations of corruption at the highest level, including Castillo himself. But the president refutes these allegations. Ahead of impeachment proceedings, Castillo requested to speak to lawmakers.
Tomorrow I'll be at the Parliament, the first power of the state, to tell them what we've come to do, what we're doing, and what we will do for this country.
Having reshuffled its cabinet 4 times since taking office, the government has gone from one crisis to another. Castillo's allies blame opponents for the political instability.
The purpose from day one has been to bring down Castillo. All roads lead to the impeachment. They lost the elections. They are very hurt and want to regain lost ground.
As Castillo's defense or the president himself prepare to face impeachment proceedings in 2 weeks, legislators now race to secure enough votes to unseat him. But many Peruvians, angry at Peru's political class, say they'd prefer the president and legislators replaced.
And in sports, Karl Anthony Towns recorded the highest individual score in the NBA this season with 60 points for the Minnesota Timberwolves as they overcame the San Antonio Spurs 149-139. Towns, 26, also set a franchise record with his display, which kept the Timberwolves in the playoff mix. This ends the latest update of news. Thank you for listening.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.